White House insider Laura Schwartz and comedian Patty Vasquez.
So cool.
Isn't it cool to be near a White House? I know, I just
a lot of fun. It is, you know.
So much to get to.
Sources where they are.
That's and nice. We're going to talk about the governor because major move there. We haven't seen anything quite like this before. Governor Quinns stood by his promise. Consequences, he said, freezing state lawmakers' salaries for their failure to come up with a pension reform plan. The governor joined us live here this morning just a short time ago. Here's part of what he said.
So the legislature can't just ho-hum along and say business as usual. It's time for them to act and put a bill on my desk that I can sign into law.
That's what he said. He's saying, hey, get ready. I need something. Fox 32's Anita Padilla joins us now with more of what you're hearing. Hey, Anita, what are you hearing?
Well, you know what? We had an expert out here this morning, Phil Flynn, and he's a financial expert. But, you know, what he did for us was put into perspective why this pension crisis means so much to taxpayers and why everybody should really be paying attention, Anna. I mean, the bottom line here is that when we're not paying our bills, our credit rating gets lowered. And we're talking about a $100 billion underfunded pension program, $100 billion. So that's a lot of money. And when our credit rating drops, it just tells creditors we're not able to pay our bills. And then that means that our rates go up. And so taxes get increased, but it's not mattering anyway because businesses don't want to come here in a state where the taxes are that high. So they don't hire people. And when they don't hire people, fewer people getting jobs, more people are in unemployment. It's just this domino effect. And Phil Flynn says really need to pay attention to it. And it's not about saving money on these lawmakers. What the governor is doing is making his point. It's not $68,000 per lawmaker is going to make a difference. That's not what it's about. It's about making his point to lawmakers. Get your job done, and as the governor said, if you were on a job and you didn't do your job right, you'd probably lose your job. So that's the governor's message.
Thank you, Anita. I know he's got a lot of public support over this move. Certainly lawmakers not so thrilled by it. They're calling it a political stunt. Let's hear what people are telling us as we started this conversation on Facebook, guys. I mean, a lot of people have very dramatic responses to what the governor had to do. Dawn, what are you seeing?
It's so interesting because so many people have been commenting, especially since the governor was just here a short time ago. So let's get right to the comments. Sandra says, yes, how is it they can decide on concealed carry but not the pension? Lamont Alfred posted, I'm happy to see the governor has shown he's got a backbone and enough is enough. These lawmakers need to know they work for the people, and if you don't work, you get no pay. Right on, Gov. At last you did it. Michael Kuntz says, yes, absolutely. He may be only doing it to save some votes, but regardless, it's taken an important stance. If only this were the case with all of their targets, then things may actually get done. Back to you guys.
Interesting, Dawn. What do you guys think? Is it going to be effective? I mean, it's popular, certainly, to the public, but is it effective?
Absolutely. He already maintained the #1 point of the strategy, and that was to tell the public that he's serious. He's going up for re-election. This works well with the public. We heard it from Facebook. We heard it right here in the studio. But better yet, he wants people to hear it when it comes time for the Democratic primary with Daley, possibly Lisa Madigan. And it works because even though the state legislatures, many of which are also Democrat from the same party, saying that this is grandstanding and it's just, you know, hot air, that may be a soundbite, but it's not going to go over with the voters. And you know what? Long enough. If you come in to say you're going to do something and those that are there to do it with you aren't going to do it, you've got to do something. And this is bold, this is big, this is strong.
And here's the thing, is that we didn't hold up our end of the bargain. Our legislators for years did not pay into this pension plan. This is what they're all yelling about, is that we didn't pay our part. That's why the bill is so big right now. That's why the bill is coming in at $100 billion. And we can't, schools are getting cut. You know, Rahm Emanuel was blaming this pension problem for cutting budgets to schools with children who have disabilities. And now we're all blaming each other and passing the buck. When these guys and women have not been holding up their end of the bargain, and people who were working these jobs, they put in their time, they held up their end of the contract. So now it's our time to, it's our turn to pay them.
It's a real crisis and a real tragedy when bad decisions and irresponsible decisions have led to us to a point where it's so desperate that, as you say, the very weakest among our society, the ones who need our help the most, are the ones who are being harmed the most because there just isn't enough money for the mentally ill, for children with disabilities, for education. I mean, it's reprehensible.
And if that doesn't hit home with you, then fine, the roads or whatever it is you need in your day-to-day, life. That's how it's going to affect you.
But you hear about this pension plan so much, people in a way just kind of like fuzz it out.
Sure,
it's background
but
noise.
now it is front page news. It's right here at Good Day Live. So that's where it all comes together, and that's why I think he'll get the public support, and those legislatures are going to hear about it over the next few weeks.
About time, Gov.
Yeah, we have a real commitment to covering this here on our station. We will continue to cover it throughout the day and weeks and months to come. But let's talk about something a lot lighter for a second here. Modern Family star Sofia Vergara. Did you hear what she had to say? Yeah. She's known for being a sexy bombshell, and if you think it's natural, she says, no, it's not. In fact, I don't even want to be natural. She's told Harper's Bazaar, I'm Latin. I get glammed up no matter what. I can't even do her accent. I'm not going to try. It's automatic. I shower, do hair and makeup. For me, it's like shaving. I don't believe in a natural look. That's the part that made the headline. I don't believe in a natural look. Lipstick brightens your face. Unless you're Giselle or you're 19, you need something. What do you think about this? Is this just honest? I mean, she's glamorous. She's beautiful.
I love my lipstick.
You are always wearing your lipstick.
But is it lead-free? That's the question.
Yes, it is.
We've covered that before.
That's very important.
It is. If you're going to put it on 19 times a day, you better have it
You're eating
lead-free.
this stuff. Let's face it, it's one of my food groups at this point in my life.
There you go.
But let's face it, there's such a pressure on all of us.
Sure.
I mean, look, on the weekends, this is obviously, I'm going to make a confession, there is 20 minutes of real hard labor that goes into this look, and it is not natural.
Like the labor.
You kidding me? Look, Spanx. Right there.
Yeah.
But there is a lot of pressure
Sure.
to get there, and I think it's pretty honest and refreshing that she just says it.
I don't know if it has to do with being Latin, though, or Latina. I don't know.
Well, what do you think, Patty? You are.
Yeah.
I was raised, I watched my mom growing up, always making sure she had her moisturizer on, always making sure she had her makeup on, so maybe that has something to do with, for me, but I think there's a lot of moms that you watch growing up, taking care of themselves, wanting to go out there and looking nice.
My Aunt Susie in Plymouth, Wisconsin never walked out of her house without the bright pink red lipstick.
I don't know
what that
You might have wanted to stop her.
Interesting. One of
beautiful.
our Facebook commenters said something that relevant to what you just said, Patty. Jessica Benter said, I disagree. She said, I'm Latin, then followed that statement with, it's automatic. Kind of makes it seem like all Latin women are like this, and that's not the case.
Right.
So there is some way
and
to
I don't
say.
think that Sophia really, is trying to generalize too much. She's a fun, great
Absolutely.
woman.
We also want to talk about Anna Wintour because she is the grande dame of the fashion industry, and what she says matters. Everybody listens to her viewpoint, and now it's interesting because Kate Upton, the super curvy supermodel, but who's mostly been doing swimsuit stuff, and this is a great video that one of our male producers picked out.
I'm sure. He has a bookmark on it. I just walked past his desk.
Actually,
It's
Corey
bookmarked.
Chambers loves her, so I'm not surprised if he didn't find it. But anyway, she's sticking up for Kate, put her on the cover of Vogue, and said, we need to include curvy women in fashion. High fashion models are known for being stick straight and that kind of thing, but she says it's time, and there you go. It's like Anna Wintour is saying
look, the woman who the book, The Devil Wears Prada, was done after. This woman is not the devil at all. I think she's sticking up for real women. I think Vogue is evolving, and having Kate Upton on the cover this month is just phenomenal.
Hold on a second, let me get that pose. Hold on. Because if you're curvy, you do have to because if you do this, you're like, oh.
But does anyone else strike you as sort of odd that this is considered curvy when she's probably a size 4 or 6?
Well,
so in the fashion world, this
and
woman is like big curvy.
Yeah, well, and that's why it is so skewed. And Victoria's Secret said that she would never work again. And that's why I think it's a terrific issue to bring to the table. They're putting on the cover of the magazine, and really, it should be on the cover of every issue that parents are talking about with the kids, so that they don't feel like they have to be stick thin in order to be successful.
You don't have to show your clavicle in order to be sexy. I guess. They always see those bones, the plates.
That protrudes at a certain
I heard that you can get shading
waist.
to make it look more pronounced.
So much fun, guys. Patty, Laura, good to see you both. Up next, we're going to be talking about the George Zimmerman trial. Laura's sticking around for that because she has a lot to say also about the Hillary Clinton presidential rumors.
Very exciting.
Yeah,
Very exciting.
lots to talk about there. So stay with us. Also, the developments in the Zimmerman trial. What the jury saw yesterday that